All right, I've been waiting all day for this to go live so I could get it, and it's in stock. The new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Casey Jones and Foot Soldier 2-pack. I better get it quick before it sells out. What? Something went wrong. All right, let me try it again. Ah! Come on! All right, this is really starting to annoy me. All right, let me refresh the page. Maybe that'll fix it. It's probably just a glitch. All right, let's do it now. What the fuck, man? God damn it. All right, somebody's just fucking with me. All right, that's it. Whatever. I'm done. Yo, you action figure enthusiasts out there, JC here with another T&I news video. Now, raise your hand if over the course of the last several weeks, at least one time you've had a similar experience to what I just showed you at the beginning of this video. I'm just kidding. I can't see you through the camera, so there's no point raising your hand. But if I could, my guess is I'd be seeing a lot of hands raised. In fact, my guess would be that this has happened more than once in just the last 2 or 3 weeks, just because this is becoming more and more of a common thing. And it's not just with NECA, and it's not just with their turtle stuff, even though they are certainly one of the worst culprits when it comes to this kind of thing. But by no means is this a problem that is just limited to NECA. Just today, we saw the launch of the Walmart CollectorCon event, and suffice to say, that has not gone terribly smoothly today. So, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in just a minute. But I'm here to say, and this I'm addressing any toy manufacturer or retailer that's watching this. You know, if you're from Walmart or something, it's not going to fly much longer. Okay, you're just basically you're alienating your consumer base. I know there's this line of thought that the collectors will put up with anything because it's like this stuff's like crack to them and they've got to have it no matter what. But I'm telling you that you're reaching that breaking point where people are just going to be like, I'm done. In fact, I'm sure there are already people who have reached that point and have moved on to other things. You know, this, in my view, this hobby, while it's always been a small niche, you know, one time it was a growing niche, and now I see it more as a shrinking niche because, you know, like I said, the hassle of day in and day out having to go through this kind of thing just to get the collectibles that we want, it's just not worth it. So, you know, I don't know what the solution is. You know, we hear all the excuses for why it keeps happening. You know, not allowed to make more product, the retailers, fault or what have you. I'm sure there's plenty of blame to go around for everybody. And again, I'm not just putting all the blame on one company or one product line. This is, again, just happening far too often as toy companies are moving more and more to doing more exclusives. And the number of exclusives that are being put out today for the collector segment is skyrocketed over the course of the past year or so. So, and I think that's why this problem is getting worse. So, like I said, I don't know what the solution is, but I am here to tell you that if you don't find a solution, you toy manufacturers, you toy retailers, this hobby is going to go away. You're not going to be able to keep abusing your customer base time and time again, making things so frustrating just to be able to buy and expect that they're going to stick around. Okay, so let's get into some actual news. So with the NECA thing, things didn't go smoothly yesterday. Both the Turtle 2-packs from the movie line that NECA sold on their own store sold out, I'm told, in like 3 minutes. And then the Target stuff really, I mean, I was on there trying to get on I started checking the site about a half hour before the 2 p.m. time, and I never once saw them in stock. So, and a lot of people, got that, what I showed you at the beginning of this video, where it would say ship it, and then you'd hit it, and then you couldn't get it. So, and for whatever reason, the web, at least for me, I mean, people were seeing different things at different times. Some people saw sold out, which is what I saw most of yesterday, but then others were seeing the ship it button, but then couldn't add it. I have heard maybe like one or two people on social media were able to actually secure it, non-scalper people, but for the most part, it looks like most of these went to the scalper bots. So, I don't know. But it didn't go well. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle collectors continue to be very frustrated. So then, as I mentioned just a bit ago, at Walmart, they launched their CollectorCon event today. So, of course, it was widely publicized that the Walmart collector site would go up live at 10 a.m. And then, of course, it did. Even though their countdown clock got messed up and started showing negative time before it actually went live. But that wasn't a big deal. But when the site went live, there wasn't a whole lot on there. Hasbro was still doing their live stream events for their Transformers and their GIJoe, which I'm going to go into in just a bit here. But, so because they hadn't finished those, I guess they didn't want Walmart putting the stuff up on their website yet. So when the Walmart website went live, there was nothing there. And then after the streams ended and everything, then they started trying to play catch up. But of course, everybody was already hammering the site because everybody was told to be there at 10 a.m. And of course, to find that there was nothing actually there. And so then the site, I'm sure the servers were getting hammered. And, I know from my own experience, just making updates on TNI and stuff, when there's a high traffic thing going on, like, San Diego Comic-Con coverage or what have you, and everybody's hitting the server at the same time, things start to bog down and it gets very difficult to, upload stuff and add stuff to the site and stuff. So I'm sure that's what was happening. And so you were starting to see listings, but no images, no names. Then you'd see images, but it was saying out of stock, and then it would say in stock, and then out of stock again, and then in stock. As I'm filming this, the Black Series figures, which I actually haven't told you about yet, but hopefully you've gotten word of these because they were announced late yesterday. But there were some Black Series figures based on the last season of the Clone Wars that were up. They were sold out, but they are available. As I'm filming this, they were available again. The GIJoe retro stuff, which was announced today, and I'm going to get into in a minute, that is looks like it's sold out mostly. His tank, I think, is still on there, but I don't know if they'll come back in stock, and I also am not sure on what stuff, if any, is going to actually be sold in physical stores. So I'm trying to get clarification on that as well. But like I said, suffice to say, the Walmart thing didn't go well. Some other little knickknacks, but not a whole lot of other stuff. McFarlane, the only thing, they had some exclusives, little Spawn things that they did last year, which are being reoffered on, I forget the name of the little ball character that they did. That's being reoffered, and then apparently they're going to be offering an autographed Todd McFarlane Spawn figure from the Mortal Kombat line. But nothing really new. That Red Death figure, as far as I can tell, has not shown up yet, so I still don't know what's going on with that one. But like I said, there really just wasn't a whole lot on there when the Walmart site went live, and people have been very frustrated once again with that whole ordeal. Okay, so let's get into some actual reveals of new stuff that have come to light since I last talked to you guys the other day. So we'll start off with Hasbro's live stream events this morning. So with the GIJoe line, as expected, they officially announced the retro line. So it turns out, it was unclear. We knew it was going to be 3 3/4 inch figures, but it was unclear. Would it be O-ring figures? Would it be 25th anniversary figures? Would it be something completely new? And, I was leaning towards, leading up to today, I was leaning towards it was going to be O-rings. I thought they might take a page from what they did with the retro Star Wars stuff and the retro Ghostbuster stuff, where they essentially just reproduced the exact original toys, including the packaging, the actual molds and everything, and offer those as a retro line. That's not what they did with GIJoe, though. What they ended up doing with GIJoe is just offering, again, the 25th anniversary figures that we got a couple years ago. So the first 3 figures that were announced for the wave, as expected, were Storm Shadow, Snake Eyes, and the Baroness. Now, if you don't have the previous versions, the 25th anniversary versions of these figures, they are very good figures. So I don't want you to think, that these are bad figures. It's just, if you're like somebody like me, and, I showed you this the other day, I have a huge collection of 25th anniversary G.I. Joe figures. I have a fantastic Snake Eyes figure. I have a fantastic Storm Shadow figure that they did for that line. I don't need another Snake Eyes. I don't need another Storm Shadow. And I open my figures. I mean, the original 25th anniversary stuff was done on packaging to look like the original toy line, which these will as well. But I open my toys, so I really could care less about the packaging. I have those figures. So, and then they also announced they're doing the original His Tank again, which they've done many times over the years. And then the All Striker, and the His Tank comes with the driver. And then the All, which I also already have. And then the All Striker with crankcase, which I have. They released that several years ago as well. So again, really absolutely nothing new here that was revealed today for the retro line that hasn't been released in recent years. So if you're an avid G.I. Joe fan, I've got to figure most of you probably have this stuff. Again, if you don't, and you like 3 1/4 inch and you like G.I. Joe, I think, the vehicles are for the most part just reissues of the original vehicles, but the figures are nice updates to, at least in my opinion. I know some people do prefer the O-ring design, but I love the 25th anniversary figures. So if you missed out on them the first time, then I do highly recommend that you check them out. But it's just for those of us that already have the 25th anniversary stuff, there really wasn't anything here terribly exciting. Now the figures, like I said, they went up for pre-order today. As of right now, last time I checked, they are currently listed as sold out. But the figures cost $13.99 and the 2 vehicles cost $24.99. And I don't know if more will be put in stock online or if this will actually be carried at physical stores. My guess is if any physical stores do carry these, they'll be in very limited number. So they are slated, looks like they're going to be released around October timeframe. So, maybe as we get closer to that date, we'll see more of this. And then we already know there's a second wave coming, so they are going to do a few more at least. Now, I've said this before, as far as 25th anniversary stuff goes, if they start releasing some of the figures that were done exclusively through the GIJoe Club that I didn't get because I felt they were too expensive and I wasn't going to go through the hassle of signing up for the club and subscribing and all that stuff. But if they chose to go back and re-release some of those figures, that is something I would be interested in, because I definitely had some holes in my collection that were left from that. And I think a lot of people, or maybe not a lot, but more people are probably in that boat that didn't go through the club to get those figures. So they might not have those as well. So if Hasbro's going to try and do this line long term, maybe that's something that they can consider doing. Now, for 6-inch classified G.I. Joe fans, the only thing they announced what was going to be released as their San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, and it is another Cobra Commander figure, essentially another repaint of the Cobra Commander figure. They're calling this one Snake Supreme Cobra Commander, and he's wearing the black and red outfit that we've seen before in like the comics and stuff. So I actually like this look for Cobra Commander. I'm a huge sucker for red and black outfits that figures wear. So I probably wound up getting this. It is not available for pre-order. We don't have an exact pre-order date as of yet. The figure is slated, it's going to be released around September timeframe, so I suspect it's going to go up for pre-order at a later date. This figure is going to be offered exclusively on the Hasbro Pulse website, so that is where you'll want to go to get it when it does go up for pre-order. But again, even though they announced it, they showed images and everything, that figure is not yet available for pre-order. But it does have the fancy packaging and stuff. And it looks like they gave him a better gun, a gun more in keeping with his original look. It's gold, but that looks more like the blow dryer gun that the original figure had, at least based on these images. Okay, and then for Transformers, they had some stuff. A lot of this stuff, I think, if you follow the Transformer stuff regularly, have already seen. But yesterday it was announced that they're doing a pretty cool Generations War of Cybertron Quintesson Pit Judgment 5-pack. Now, the only I think this is an awesome set. The only thing I don't like about this set is the price. It's going to run you about $70. This looks like it's something that was going to be offered as a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. So it recreates the scene from the original Transformers animated movie with the Quintessons. And so you get, the Quintesson. They're doing a regular Quintesson. If you just want the Quintesson, the 5-headed, Quintesson, or the multi-face Quintesson, that is being released in as a single pack in the Earthrise line. But again, the set, and you've got the cardboard setting that's makes it look like their little throne judgment room where they would drop people down into the Sharkticon pit in the movie. So you get a repaint of the Sharkticon, and the bailiff and the prosecutor, and you get the Kranix guy that survived his planet being eaten by a Unicron at the beginning of the movie, and then ended up getting captured and put to death by the Quintessons. So again, it's supposed to be up for pre-order today on the Hasbro Pulse website. It is a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, and it's going to cost you around $70. Now, a couple other things they showed off today officially is a Generations War for Cybertron series-inspired Bumblebee figure. So, this Bumblebee is actually incorporating his Earth mode with the Volkswagen Beetle. It is using parts, I believe, from the Cliff Jumper figure they previously did, but definitely, I think this is a pretty nice-looking figure. Now, this is going to cost you $20. And should be it went up for pre-order on the Walmart website. Now, one of the things I want to be clear about, and there's a lot of miscommunication going on with some of this stuff, it is not entirely clear, some of these things that are going up for pre-order today on Walmart, whether they are actually Walmart exclusives or whether they're just essentially timed exclusives that Walmart's getting first crack at to be able to take pre-orders on, and then other places will be able to offer them down the road. And especially with the Star Wars stuff, which I'm going to get to in a minute, it's very unclear. But right now it's being basically the perception that Hasbro is giving is that these are Walmart exclusives. But I won't swear that these won't show up other places down the road. So if you do, if you can get it, secure it through Walmart, it's probably best that you go on and do that. But if you miss out and you can't, hopefully you will get other opportunities at some of this stuff. Now, the GIJoe retro stuff that I talked about before, that is definitely Walmart exclusive. That's not going to be sold at other places. We got, they showed us the new Deluxe Alita 1, and then also a new Wheeljack, new Red Alert, a new Voyager Optimus Prime, a new Voyager Soundwave Battle 3-pack with his cassettes, which is probably, that one sold out really quick on the Walmart website, so that one cost $40. It's going to be out in October, but like I said, that one has already sold out on the Walmart website. They had some other stuff, but only other one I'm going to focus on today is they also announced they're doing a Seeker Elite 2-pack with the Thrust and Ramjet, Dirge and Ramjet. So that one's going to cost $59.99 and will be out in August. August 15th is the release date on that one. Okay, and then on the Star Wars front, so yesterday they announced that they're going to be doing 4 new Black Series figures based on the characters from the final season of the Clone Wars animated series. So these are, I think these are probably fairly hot items sought after by collectors. The coolest one, in my opinion, is the Mandalorian Commando with the Darth Maul inspired head sculpt. And then, of course, we've got Ahsoka Tano from the Clone Wars cartoon. Now, obviously they've done a similar version from the Rebels cartoon. Not a whole lot of difference. Outfit, I think, is a little bit different. But both versions are older versions of the character. But we're getting Ahsoka, and then we're getting one of Ahsoka's clones where, they painted her markings on their helmets with the orange. So we're getting that figure. And then we're also getting a Mandalorian Loyalist. So that is the 4th figure to round out that wave. Now this is one where almost seems like these would just be up for pre-order, available for pre-order first at Walmart, and then you would think they'd be made available everywhere. And I can't sit here and tell you definitively that's not the case. However, I did some checking with some retailers, and they were told by their reps that these are Walmart only. Now, again, there could be a miscommunication or what have you, So Hasbro has not really specifically said, so I can't definitively come out here and say that 100% these are only going to be offered at Walmart. But I would say if you really want to make sure you get these, go over to the Walmart website and pre-order them now, because there's a very good chance that these may just in fact be actual Walmart exclusives. For Marvel Legends, still really no news on the San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. What was revealed on the Walmart website are two figures that we had already seen previously at Toy Fair. So the Cable figure, which I kind of talked about this the last time, where I suspected this was what was going to be revealed. Now I don't think this is being meant as a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. It was always said it was going to be released at Walmart, so I don't think this counts as Hasbro's second San Diego Comic-Con exclusive that they said would make X-Men movie fans happy. I can't swear to it. Maybe they will come out and say this is it. I don't know, but I don't think so. I think this is just, like I said, we knew it was always going to be a Walmart exclusive. It is part of the Deadpool movie wave. Now, a lot of you keep asking, I've mentioned this in the previous videos, but I keep seeing this asked, when are the other Deadpool movie figures going to be released? The Deadpool and the Warhead figure, which I think is a 2-pack, and then the Domino figure, which is a single release. Those are not exclusive to Walmart. Those should be available. I think they're kind of dubbed as fan channel exclusives, so they should be available everywhere that sells them online, just like with the X-Men movie figures we saw earlier in the week. And those, I believe, maybe on the 21st is when they're. I don't have that in stone, but I want to say maybe the 21st is when they're going to go up for pre-order. But definitely by the end of the month, they should be available for you guys to pre-order at places like our sponsor, Big Bad Toy Store. So they are coming, but this one, the Walmart exclusive one, is up on the Walmart website now. Last time I checked, it was still available, so you can grab it. And then the other figure they had on the Walmart website is that Venomized Captain America figure. So again, we saw this at Toy Fair. We're just getting the new updated images and everything. This is a Walmart exclusive, and again, it was always said to be a Walmart exclusive. There are other Venomized figures that they announced at Toy Fair, but those are going to be released in a regular wave. I believe they're going to be included in the upcoming Venom wave, which has not yet been officially announced. It's been hinted to, but they have not officially announced. But that wave, as I understand it, at least originally, was supposed to be out October timeframe. So that's where those other Venomized figures are likely going to show up. But again, this Captain America Venomized figure is up for pre-order. Now, Cap is slated for a September release, and then the Cable figure is listed with an October release. And the Cable figure, like with the X-Men movie figures, do cost $25. I also should note, back on those Black Series figures, the price is $25. Now, that made me was wondering if we're going to be seeing a price hike on 6-inch figures. The X-Men stuff, the movie stuff, the Deadpool movie stuff, and the X-Men movie stuff is kind of a niche item. Like we saw with the 40th anniversary stuff, where those figures were more expensive. So when I first saw the price on the X-Men stuff, that's pretty much what I wrote it off to. But then when I saw the price on the Black Series stuff, it made me think, well, are we actually seeing a price hike here? I don't think so. I've done some checking. The Captain America figure still costs $20, and I did some checking, and there's no word of an imminent price hike on regular release stuff. So I think for now, most 6-inch figures will be staying at the $20 price mark. Okay, and then just real quick, I wanted to touch upon a couple things with the Sentinel HasLab project. So, it's been fully funded and everything. But for you folks in the UK, I just wanted to let you know that Zavvi has started taking pre-orders for that figure. They've made arrangements. They're one of the e-tailers that Hasbro's made arrangements with to offer it so that you guys overseas can get it. It is available for pre-order on the Zavvi website now, so I will put a link to that. And if like I said, if you're overseas, I have not heard of any other specific retailers that they've worked with. As I think I've mentioned before, Big Bad Toy Store is offering the figure, but it is at a heftier price tag, and they are a US-based retailer, so they do international shipping, but it is going to cost you more. But really what you guys are probably wanting is actual retailers that Hasbro has gotten together with to work out a deal to offer it through them so that it can be sold through international people. Again, Zavvi right now is the only place I've heard with that for the UK, but if I hear anything else, I'll be sure to update on Marvelous News and throw a shout out in a later video. But again, right now, if you're in the UK and you want to get it, it's still a little more expensive than what it costs us here in the US, but it's not drastically more expensive. So like I said, if you want to get it and you're in the UK, that's where I would recommend that you go to get it. Now, the other thing I wanted to touch upon, we've talked about will they do any more tiers? They went through the 3 unlockable tiers that they had for the set with the Master Mold figure or the Master Mold head sculpt, the battle damage head sculpt in the hand, and the female Sentinel Prime figure. So those were the 3 unlockables that they went through, when they got to 7,000, 8,000, and 9,000 backers, which they did through that first weekend. If you follow Shartimus Prime in his YouTube channel, you may have seen that he managed to score an interview with the Hasbro brand team to talk about the Sentinel in a little more detail. Now, the one big kind of newsworthy piece I saw come out of that interview was that it's a 2-part interview that he's posted, so it's about 30 minutes long total. But in that interview, while they don't specifically say, of course, they never specifically say anything until they actually officially announce it through PR channels. But Dwight strongly hinted that they're looking at doing additional unlockable tiers. But they are seriously, and I would say almost definitely going to do some additional unlockable tiers. Have no idea what they're going to do. Have no idea how elaborate they're going to be. I would guess again that one will be one of a second tentacle for the figure to attach to, so you have one for each hand. But we'll just have to wait and see. There's a thread going on Marvelous News where if you want to share your input on what you would like to see them do, feel free. I'll put a link to that. Feel free. They often say they read all the message boards and everything. So, if you want your input heard, I'd leave a comment, let them know. Like I said, I'm still all for the chair. Some people suggested maybe fancy packaging with a cardboard chair for the Master Mold. I know some people would like to see a bigger Master Mold head. I still like the idea of the attachable piece that you can put the head on for like the legs and stuff. But like I said, if you've got ideas you'd like to see for additional add-ons, I try and keep it within reason. They're not going to do a whole nother like Galactus figure or something, but definitely share your thoughts. They're still planning it out, so at least based on what they said in that interview, they haven't. It seems like they have not come up with anything specific yet, and they feel like they can take their time because it's already been funded and stuff. So as I'm filming this video, the HasLab project is currently up to 10,798 backers. So it has kind of stalled a little bit. It broke the 9,000, and since obviously it's broken 10,000, but definitely it slowed down a little bit since those first couple of days. So I feel like Hasbro, if they want to get it amped up again, they really should do some cool more add-ons added to this. But once I hear something more definite on that, I'll be sure to let you guys know. Okay, now I wanted to share some Power Ranger Lightning Collection news. So this isn't anything official, but some product apparently has leaked out in Malaysia. Malaysia apparently is the place to go to get all the new Power Rangers toys because, all the stuff that's been previously announced that's yet to be released here in the US apparently is hitting shelves in Malaysia. The Putty Patrol 2-pack that was announced a while back, the SPD Omega Ranger with the unicycle bike, which was just announced, last week, that apparently is already hitting shelves. But something that has not even been officially announced by Hasbro here in the US has shown up on shelves there, and that is a 6-inch Lightning Collection Dino Thunder White Ranger figure. So I don't know who originally took these images, but I found them from Mighty Morphin Green Painter on social media. So he's the one that posted them up. But again, I don't know who originally took these images. But obviously somebody who bought the figure along with the SPD Omega Ranger bought the figure in Malaysia. So, that figure obviously is going to be coming. I don't know how. I don't know if it'll be exclusive. I don't know if it'll be part of a larger wave. Since it's being seen as a single release, I'm guessing here in the US it's going to be some type of store exclusive. But again, Hasbro has not yet made those details available. And then the other bit of news is, looks like, in fact, this has been something that's been rumored, but looks like Hasbro is going to be doing a fairly detailed Megazord line. So we're getting our first look at that. So this image comes from Culture Shock Collectibles. Again, I don't know if they're the ones who originated the image. I don't think they are, but I'm going to go with them as crediting them as the source. But this figure, I should say, it's a unpainted prototype version and then a more finalized version of the same figure. But this was on display at a Hasbro CCG Expo event that they were having over in Shanghai this week. So I don't know if images were supposed to be taken of this or somebody just snuck them out or what have you. But basically this is being said it's part of a new Power Rangers metal power line. And I'm not entirely sure what the scale of these Megazords are. My impression is, based on rumors I've heard and everything, is essentially this is going to be a collector-oriented Lightning Collection, if you will, version of the Megazord. So the Lightning Collection focuses on the human characters, whereas this metal power line is going to focus on the Megazords. So articulated, probably around that 6-inch scale, so they're not going to be in scale with the Lightning Collection figures. They're not going to be super duper huge. Again, I don't know exactly how tall these are, but you can pretty much tell they're not like super duper huge figures from these images. So I'm guessing probably going to be in that 6-inch range, kind of like, you know, they're doing with the Transformers Red line, where they're doing the non-transforming Transformers with the articulation in 6-inch scale. That's really kind of how I see these Megazords. But, you know, should be decent articulation and some nice detail and everything and accessories and such. So no idea what they're going to cost. If they're 6-inch and everything, probably in that $25 to $30 range. But like I said, since these have not been officially announced by Hasbro yet, I don't have any of those details for you at this time. My guess is we'll hear more of this later this month when they get around to actually doing what they would have revealed at San Diego Comic-Con. Okay, so that's it for today. I'd love to hear your thoughts on everything I've talked about. Let me know in the comment section below. As we, you know, next week, you know, going into next weekend is really when Comic-Con things should start kicking off. So I do expect next week is going to be, you know, the next week or so is going to be heavily filled with reveals and announcements and everything from various companies. So I do expect to see me quite a bit over the course of the next week or so. Obviously, any updates will happen first. We'll make on the website, so be sure to bookmark the websites. You know, this year is a little different than most Comic-Cons, where everybody's doing kind of their own thing. So it's kind of hunting around for what and where and stuff. But again, as soon as something gets announced, we'll be sure to post about it on the websites, and I'll be talking about it in future videos. But let me know everything you've talked about, or I talked about today, in the comment section below. You still have 2 more days to enter that contest for the $100 store credit to Big Bad Toy Store. I have a link to the video with those details. You have till the 19th. And stay safe out there. And happy hunting if you try and go out to get those Target exclusives. I'm probably going to run out and see if my Target has the turtle sets. I'm not holding my breath, but I thought I would give it at least one try. But stay safe out there, guys, and until next time, I'll catch you later.
Hey, thanks for watching today's video, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification so alerted every time I upload a new video. And be sure to head over to the Toy News International and Marvelous News message boards communities. It's a great place to talk toys and win cool contests like $100 store credits to Big Bad Toy Store. And remember, action figures are great.